Hi, this is Scott from Gun Barrel Custom Guitars. This is one of the first ones I made many years ago now. You can see how thin the nitro finishes are. You can hear the electricity through there, but you can almost see through the white through there. I don't usually relic these things at all. The finish is so thin it's going to wear through and look like you reliced it naturally. I also use the best stuff out there like wood tone. Trends. I'll show you later. I'm going to be able to dive bomb this all the way till it touches the pick guard and come back and tune. And I also make guitars like this with hot hide glue, nitro lacquer, usually gold Evo frets, whiz pickups, and Motortone vintage style pots. So I go out and get Faber locking hardware. So there's really nothing you would ever need to change on these things unless you were being really particular, and we can usually solve a lot of that stuff before you buy it. So here we're going to talk about the switch. So I've got it set here. It looks just like a regular Strat switch. 5 positions. I also make these pickups. These are my 50s form var, and they range between 6.0 and 6.3. I believe this is usually the stronger one. I also don't have the tone on here, so the tone is on this and this, and master volume. So from the front, it looks like a regular Strat, and sounds like one. I'm playing through a Swart AST Junior. Again, that's these two in parallel. Neck pickup. Oops. Probably should stick to stuff I've played in the last year. So, the trick with this though, great, but you go to a blues jam, you want a bit more. So you just simply do this. See that? I've also got a light shining on me so you're hearing my pickups. So now it's in series, these two, instead of parallel. So this would be your parallel. In series. I'm also plugged straight into the amp. So I go up to the next position, would be 2 or 4, depending on how you count it. All 3 pickups are on in parallel. So you're getting this combination in parallel and that combination in parallel, so they're all on. All in series. And then there's just these 2 in series. I mean parallel. All of them on series and parallel. So go to the middle and up here, and now we've got these 2 in series, and that would be the same as a fourth position on a four-way telly switch. So this gives you a really great sound. And for reference, the middle pickup. Now, this is like the regular second position in a telly. These two are in parallel. So you have just like a two pickup guitar in the middle. Oops, getting out of tune. Now these two are in series, so you get like a neck humbucker sound. And back it off a bit for... Great Wooden Ships song there. I'm playing clean. Now I've used a lot of super switches, a lot of schemes to get that in series, and every one of them has either dulled the sound a bit or been really fiddly to wire up or anything. And this thing fits in. I've got some photos I took. This has got vintage depth routings, and it does touch the very bottom. So there may be some people that are going to have to sand out or chisel out a little bit of the paint underneath where the switch goes to get it to fit. Most modern guitars shouldn't have a problem because they're routed much deeper. And this is a Fender one-ply 50s guard, and it fit absolutely perfect with no strange problems. And the holes are actually, they look really small, but they're actually large enough to fit the stock two-way Stratocaster type. Let me turn that down. I like that sound. Now I forget what I'm talking about. I gotta voice over this. But anyway, it fits great. It sounds great. And they're really not too expensive considering how many more sounds you get out of your instrument. To me, it makes it so much more versatile, especially if you're going to a place where you don't know what amps you'll be using and how loud you'll be playing, because sometimes it's really hard to get your sound if you can't get loud enough. And this really helps by giving you more power in the guitar. And you know, I live in the Colorado mountains, so our electricity up here is really dirty. So I can't show you how much cleaner it sounds than my other one because there's just so much noise in general. But it is... doesn't add any noise, you know, even in the series. So down to 7. So that's it. Find me on the gear page.